Thank you all for coming today. I assure you that my remarks will be much like I am in my everyday life. Serious when I need to be, sometimes funny, but always short. General Vayon, Colonel Falls, thank you for presiding over today's ceremony. Thank you for the opportunity to command. I appreciate your faith and confidence. To the wing leadership and the officer chain man, Deacon, Bam Bam, Lowe, Cousin Cannibal, I appreciate the opportunity to command and your support, and I will do my best. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for grooming me to be a fighter pilot at a young age. I was taught to play poker at the age of 9 on my back porch during squadron parties, and my mom sings more fighter pilot songs than I do. So thank you for that grooming and mentorship. I'd like to thank Sue and Jack for coming out today. Without your support, obviously I wouldn't be where I am. I appreciate the tolerance and understanding when we go to war short notice, and also for roll calls which happen every Friday night. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much for coming out today. This section right now I'd like to call just shout-outs, thank yous, and acknowledgement to the crowd. First of all, for all the folks who put the ceremony together, I appreciate your work. For Roper and all the folks who set up the hangar, hopefully we didn't disrupt the maintenance flow too much, and we add 3 jets to the schedule, please. Thanks to the Navy band for coming out. I appreciate your work. I'd like to thank the alert force, including the pilots, the maintainers, the security forces, and the command post. It was a pleasure to take over that command from Grouch to Spike. That is our wartime mission. It sits less than a mile from here. 24/7, 365, we're protecting the United States of America. That's an important mission, and I appreciate all the dedication and effort that goes into that. I'd like to thank the fighter squadron personnel for standing attention during this, and I look forward to working for you, not you working for me. I'd like to thank the crew chiefs, Mike Paterno, Pat Smith, my crew chiefs over the last 11 years, and all the crew chiefs who keep these jets working and flying and ready to go to war. To the crowd, to my friends, former commanders such as Lowe and Tug, fellow aviators, combat veterans, my mentors, the FBI, the astronauts. I think I see Elvis Presley out there. Thank you for coming to today's ceremony, and please make it to the social event this evening. It should be a good crowd to enjoy your time with. For my friends and family who traveled from afar, I appreciate it. Whether you're here for patriotism, curiosity, or just to have a night on Bourbon Street, I appreciate the travel that you guys did to come and join the ceremony. Okay. I have one mission and goal for the 122nd Fighter Squadron. It's pretty simple. I want to make sure that we are the most combat capable that we've ever been in our history. And I'll tell you the why, and I'll tell you the how. The reason we need to do it, as Campbell mentioned, is at the risk of math and public, when I started flying the Eagles, there were more than twice as many operational F-15 units in the American Air Force. Twice as many. Right now there's only 8. 3 active duty and 5 guard combat-coded F-15 squadrons. So we owe it to the country, to the Air Force, and the people of America to be the most combat-capable fighter squadron we can do. We don't have a choice. We have to carry on that legacy. The other reason we need to do it is because I'll give you 3 quick examples of every time I thought I was not going to war, I went again. The first one, in pilot training in Del Rio, Texas in 1991. I had just gotten back from a formation T-37 ride, and like most of you very vividly remember, when I came and looked at the TV, I saw on CNN the night vision goggles and AAA going off, and me having wanted to be a fighter pilot most of my life, I looked and I said, oh no, I missed it. There it started. I didn't even know where Kuwait was, or hadn't put a lot of thought into it, and there night 1 of Desert Storm started when I was in pilot training. So I thought I wasn't going to go. Then I joined Langley Air Force Base, became a mission-ready fighter pilot, and went over to do Operation Northern Watch in Division 4 in 1994. And for the Vietnam veterans and the Strike Eagle bros and the other combat aviators that have been over to Iraq, my brother-in-law, those guys have done that. We'll just call that combat light rather than post-combat, because there wasn't a lot of shooting going on. Nonetheless, it was a combat mission that had to be fulfilled. So I went to my second operational fighter squadron, and RAF Blakey was the captain, flight commander, and I had not heard of a country called Kosovo either. So 18 years after my son Jack was born, 18 days after he was born, I left for combat again when I didn't even know I was going. When the squadron bar there, the squadron commander put a bottle of scotch in a glass case and it said, for the next Grim Reaper shoot down and make it combat. Now, I'm an optimist almost always, but I'm also a realist, and I go, well, I'm not sure if that's going to happen in my 3-year tour. And then 18 days later we left. There was some political stuff that went on. We came back, then we went again, and I was in Turkey flying combat missions in Northern Watch. I got a Friday night at the O Club, they said, be prepared to fly to Italy tomorrow. We packed up our bags, packed up our jets. 2 days later, Operation Allied 4 started, and the 493rd Fighter Squadron shot down 2 MiG-29s on the first night and 2 more a few days later. Once again, I didn't think I was going to war, and there I was. So finally, I decided I'm hanging up. I've had my combat missions. I've had a good time active duty. I'm going to join the Guard and fly Eagles forever, living the dream. I got here, did some civilian flying for a while. We were hanging around one day, building my kid's swing set in the backyard with Red Eye and some other folks. And that morning, which was a day much like this, the 9/11 happened. Less than 69 days later, we were deployed in the Guard, 122nd Fighter Squadron, over in the AOR in Northern Watch, and I was the project officer for that. And there we did fly combat missions again in preparation for Operation Iraqi Green. So we, the Fighter Squadron, owes it to the wing, and to the Air Force, and to the National Guard to be ready to go to war, and that's what we're going to work on. Quick how, my first plan is I want to work with Chief Moot and the NCOs and shop chiefs to make sure that the 122nd Fighter Squadron is a good place to work. It's not going to be a Burger King Fighter Squadron, you can't always have it your way. But I want to create a working environment where you guys want to support the combat missions. I'm going to work with Roper as the OPSO and the incoming weapons officer PIN to get valuable combat training stories, so we train like we fight. I'm going to work with Dan and Nikki on the maintenance side, all the crew chiefs, to try to get quality airplanes with good weapon systems. When we go train, we do it like we're going to do in Korea. And please add 3 jets to the schedule. Finally, I want to work with the wing leadership and the state leadership to get us good combat training deployments. I want to go to Red Flag. I haven't been to one since I've been here. I want to do Raptor integration on the Blue Air side. So we work with that air dominance package because there's only 6 Raptor squadrons also. 6 plus 8 Mass Republic, there's only 14 air dominance fighter squadrons left in America in the Air Force. So Roper will work on that. Finally, we'd like to also get some morale deployments because I like to have a good time, and I'm sure that's not a surprise to anybody. I've seen me do it, so we'll work to get some good morale trips to like Hungary, Israel, those sort of things. So finally, I want to thank everybody who came out to enjoy the ceremony today. I appreciate the opportunity, man. I feel the weight of it now and the responsibility, and I will do my best to make the 122nd Fighter Squadron as combat capable as we get it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the flames here.